to another video, part 2, continuation of last week. In this week's video, last week I showed you some very typical ideas over a major chord, just to get your ears accustomed to the sounds of what makes a major chord in the Gypsy jazz style. And this week we're doing minor. And I'm not going to do dominant because that's just so open-ended that it would take too long. But at least with major and minor, what I want you to do is, if you learn these phrases, I want you to go listen to your favorite Gypsy jazz players. You know, players like Angelo DeBar, Chavelo Schmidt, Birel Lagren. Well, pretty much everyone in the DC Music School site. And see if you can recognize some of these colors. Because you will hear them in one form or another, these tendency notes. Already, this thing here, this is actually a pattern that was often used by Birel Lagren, that other players in Paris, such as Adrien Moignard and Sébastien Giniot, kind of took and made it their own. So yeah, this shape, just an arpeggio. Starts out as a minor 6 arpeggio. This is my interpretation of it anyway. See, I started as a minor 6 arpeggio, but then it becomes just a regular minor. So it's not following a formula. And then typical Gypsy jazz pattern. Lots of ghost notes. And then this is very typical Gypsy jazz arpeggio over minor chord, minor major 7. This is my own interpretation of the vocabulary. All this is so typical in the Gypsy jazz style. So this works well as a technical exercise as well. You can just practice this over and over until it becomes muscle memory. But as you practice it, just listen, try to absorb the characteristics of the sound, so that hopefully eventually, after a bit of time, it's going to require a lot of practice, of course, that some of the fragments of these phrases become second nature to you, that they just come out automatically. So over a minor chord, what's very, very typical is to ascend with a kind of what we call melodic minor. But you descend with an arpeggio after. That's very typical. And of course you have these enclosures as well. The different permutations. This is in my Gypsy jazz picking book, by the way, a lot of these patterns. So yeah, up with melodic minor. And then when you go down with arpeggio, or the minor major 7 sound is also very typical in the style. Typical pattern right here. I highly recommend that you, even though I'll have everything transcribed for you on Sound Slice, I do highly recommend that you try to learn what I'm showing you here by ear if you can. Take the time, because if you're really, really serious about this music, or about music in general, about jazz improvisation, you need to train your ears in this way. The struggle is real if you're not used to it, but I promise you, as you do it, you get used to it. You get better and better. I promise. I've never seen anyone fail at this as long as you can get past the initial hurdle. And it can be quite big for some people, but you just got to do it. Now, of course, Gypsy jazz, even though it has this shared vocabulary among the high level players, especially among the gypsies, um, each player does have their own style, and it's up to you to gravitate towards the style that you like. But if you like some of the phrases that I've been playing for you this week and the past week, I highly recommend that you check out Stokely Rosenberg, Jimmy Rosenberg, Paulus Schaefer, because they're masters of this kind of like endless notes kind of style. And then also the young generation of the east of France, like Punch Weiss, Brady Winterstein, if that helps you. Favino Laurier, Amati Schmidt, Samson Schmidt. You'll find them on DC Music School. I have all the best players on DC Music School, so you have a lot to choose from, and check out the patterns that they use. Study them, and practice them so much that they come out automatically. There you go. Good luck.